Hello everyone, and welcome back to Building Nations. Since last time, as you can see here with my beautiful entrance, I've done some smoothing, and that's a wall, but I've done some smoothing around the outside here, and it looks a lot better than it did. But I also notice how this side is completely different from that side, which is completely different from that side, but that's okay. I didn't really touch this side that much, because I think it's fine for the most part the way it is. And with the mountain coming over the top of it, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that also. But, since this is a complicated process, I might as well show a bit of how it was done. Alright, in the building section of the program today, we have the smoothing mountain operation. And that was an interesting process, because it differed so much from the other side. Like, I just filled in all the holes and then tried to make it not completely flat, pretty much. That's what I did. Without an overhang, like, on the top of it, it was hard to get the right, the shape that I needed, and I would have had to do a bit more stuff that might have interfered with the outside of the mountain to get a shape that was similar to the other side. So, and there you go. That was that. So, now it's time to talk about how exactly the rest of this is going to work. Time to figure out planning for the interior of the mountain. So, we already know that we're going to come in here, and I do still have to do work on this entrance, but this is going to all be decorated, so I'm not really going to terraform it too much, because I'll be filling this in with detail anyway. So this is 5 blocks wide, so this will be the center, right? This 5-block thing is the center of the kingdom. We'll get out some concrete and use this. So, we have our 5-block wide center. This can probably go, maybe not straight to the end, but it can come a decent length out. And it'll probably extend by, I want to go 5 blocks in either direction. I've looked up some inspiration on YouTube and like Planet Minecraft and stuff, and a lot of them have, like, a lot of dwarven cities have this huge entryway with, like, massive stone pillars going up. And that's what is going to be in, like, these spaces on the side here. Those will be my pillars. So, some of them will have walls, like, behind them. Like, this can be marking the wall behind the pillars. So I might actually need to push it back, like, a block more. I'll have to plan out the pillars. Well, actually, what would be best is, like, 3... like this sort of shape. This would be the best shape. So it's kind of 5 by 5, but not quite. If I do this shape, I think the pathway will be a bit crammed with these where they are. So, because this is the shape that I want to do, I'll push these out 2 more blocks. I did my counting right. We're all good. No major emergencies yet, counting-wise, which is a good thing, because major emergencies are generally not a good thing. So, we have this central pathway coming out to here-ish. I want this to go out a bit farther, because another thing that I've seen in a lot of the dwarven kingdoms that I looked up is a mine, like a large mine of some sort, because that's what the dwarves do, they mine. That's how they make their living. So, I think this side will be reserved for, like, regular city stuff, like residential areas. Obviously, this little dip here for a prison type thing will go there. If I want to do like a throne room or whatever, it'll probably be somewhere on this side. But over here will be for mining. This side, and probably a lot of this in the front here as well. So, now, I don't know what to do here. What to do at the end of this path, I should say. So, the entrance to the mine can be somewhere. But I think the end of this path should be around here, so I'll mark this off as the end. Ending path, yes. So this is the end of the path. Like, the path has been completed, that is the end. Yes, that's how it'll work. So, from that, the next question, at least kind of the next question, but the next statement, I don't know. Where are my entrances going to be? Where are parts of this going to diverge off to become their own areas and not be part of the central path anymore. And I feel like before that question can be answered, we need to determine where the pillars are going to be. So, now we go back to what I was going to do originally, but then didn't do, and build the pillars starting here, I guess. I think this is a good place. So this will leave me with a, like, 7-block wide walking space, which is plenty, and nice pillars that are this big. So these should be evenly spaced apart, 1 block away from the wall, and have the exact same, like, structure. They're gonna look the same also, because that's another very dwarven thing. So, I know I like how I contradict myself so much. Like, I say variation is important. A lot of the stuff, I've said it on the outside of this mountain, because that's how I did it. And then I go and, make all these pillars look the same, So, that's an interesting philosophy to live by. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that enough or is that too little space? I don't know. I just don't know. I think I'll go with that. 7. 7 blocks between the pillars. So that's how that's gonna go. But what I do know, though, is that I want there to be something at the end here. So you walk in through this side, and without even looking, like you can't see in between the pillars from here, there should be something like big there that draws your attention as you walk in. So, what do we put there? Well, I'm thinking something big, but it could be something small. Maybe it'll be something medium-sized. We just don't know. So, what do we do? Well, I could do like a lion head, but that's kind of generic and boring. Or I could do like a throne, which is also kind of generic and boring. I'm thinking more along the lines of throne, though. So we have our pillars evenly spaced apart, with perfect dimensions and no mistakes. Right here. Going in like this. So you have 7 blocks here. In between these 2 pillars, there should be stairs going up. So the stairs can start here. I'll use a different color, though, of concrete, because you gotta know what we're doing and where we're doing it. I'll go with green. So these will start up the stairs. So I'm gonna do a throne. I have decided that this will be a throne. Is this enough? That should be enough space for a throne. So we have our throne area decided. And with that throne area decided, we do what? I guess I'll think of what I'm gonna put on top of this later. But for now, this is how it's gonna go. The walls will meet here. This is gonna be the shape of the wall. So they're gonna go in like this, it's gonna meet up here and go back around. So the walls themselves will probably be 2 or 3 thick also. So I have to accommodate for that when building the rest of the structures. Okay. This is rough. This is why I don't do interiors often, man. And why I probably will never do anything like this again. I'm doing it now because I want to, because it's cool. But also, this is hard for me. It's hard to visualize interior space for me personally. So, yeah, that's a thing. So anyway, we have that decided. The entry hall area thing has been decided, and I now know how it's going to look, which is good progress. Good progress. Now I need to actually deal with something that's important for once. I'm still here, I didn't leave yet, just in post, doing this differently, because of something that I want to try. You see, a lot of this series isn't particularly interesting to listen to, unless you like building. So, I'll try to make it a bit more interesting, at least for parts of it, to those that, building, they might like it a bit, but it's not their favorite thing in the world. So, that's why I'm going to try it and do something new today in what I haven't done before. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to do a segment of this episode, and of episodes in the future, assuming this goes well, that I'm going to call Diverse Discourse, after using thesaurus.com to find out words and synonyms for talk. So, what this is, basically, is that I want to just talk about something for 60 seconds. Anything. But what am I going to talk about? Well, that's what I don't know. You see, I'm going to use a random noun generator and pick a random noun using that random noun generator. And I'm just going to talk about it for 60 seconds in the style that I generally tend to talk about things. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to try it out, and we'll see what happens. So, I do need a timer though, but I will generate the noun and then go to a timer that I have set up on a different device. But I have to get that timer ready. Okay, so my timer is now ready. I will now generate a noun and then start the timer. In 3, 2, 1, we will commence Diverse Discourse. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's try this again. In 3, 2, 1. Doink. Here we go. My word is energy. So, 60 seconds on the clock, starting now. So, energy. A lot of people have energy, a lot of people don't have energy. But what is energy? Where is energy? And most importantly, why is energy? Why is energy most important? Because it is. And without energy, you can't do things. You need energy to be the one that you are, and without being who you are, then you're just not. So, so we go back to what is energy? Well, energy is actually a force that creates things with magic. It's completely unrelated to science, and all it does is do things. Without energy, there isn't things. But with energy, there is. When you look inside of yourself, you will realize that you, in fact, have energy. Just like me, I also have energy. And together, we can form a big, happy energy family. And with that, we have energy. And without energy, we don't have energy. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. So, and there goes the timer. Well, that was 60 seconds. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I think that for a first run, I was able to talk for 60 seconds without stopping. So, I'll take that. In the future, I'd like to make that a bit better of a conversation, because that was really weird. But, you know, for a first time, I'd say that went pretty well. So, I guess I will jump back into what I'm talking about here in this planning session. But part of the reason that I didn't do dialogue for this is because it was kind of boring. So, yeah. I need to do more thinking about this. So, that's what's going to happen with that. More thinking. Because thinking on camera is not easy. So, I'll think off camera and get back to you. But that'll be a topic for the next episode. I've been rambling for like 20 minutes. And look at all this progress. So much progress. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, I guess what little progress we made is good. Deciding some things, not deciding on other things, and all of that. But that's okay, because I'm going to leave this here. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a comment, any feedback you have for me, and I'll see all of you later. Bye.